No, seriously, if you read a really shite version of this, people would say that is it, shoot him.
Trainspotting, Slumdog Millionaire, 28 Days Later, Steve Jobs, The Beach, Sunshine, Danny Boyle makes punchy, rhythmic movies that just burst out of the screen, which makes total sense when you meet the guy. The energetic Brit was also the man put in charge of the opening ceremony of the London Olympic Games, which did involve pushing the Queen out of a helicopter. Kinda. And now, Boyle is back with Trainspotting 2 about what happens when 4 barely legible Scottish heroin junkies defy all medical science and actually make it to their 40s.
Thanks so much for talking to us. Really appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
So, of all the different projects that you've worked on over the years, which one has changed you the most?
Oh, God. And I'm not just saying that because we're promoting this one now, but this was extraordinary.
Really, why?
So when you start off on a project, you kind of have a passion for it. So part of the role, certainly the way I do it anyway, directing, is to convince everyone about what it is you're doing and why you're doing it and what it's for and what it's about, and to try and get them to glimpse a vision of it. With this, it's kind of different because you've done it once. They've seen that, they know what your vision is, and you're kind of like trying to say why you will want to do a different one. Why go back to it? Why risk disappointing people? Because everybody loved that one. You know, surely this is like a high wire act of potential terrifying, career-ending disappointments.
I don't think you're in danger of ending
No, seriously, if you read a really shite version of this, people would say that is it, shoot him, finish him, no, stop him, put him down. And so what you're doing is you're not evangelicizing like that, you're actually finding out why it is you're doing it.
So what did you find out?
We edited the film, and then after about 2-3 weeks of the edit, I looked at it in a cinema with the editor, and just the rough cut, and it's about male behaviour. Now, we never talked about this on the set, not once. The film is absolutely about masculine behaviour in the movement from boyhood, that time when you're completely indestructible, or you think you are, and you just behave completely recklessly, carelessly about everyone and everything apart from your own pleasure, right? It's about the movement from that to manhood. And it is the 20-year cycle is a pretty perfect time to do it over, because it's the point at which you arrive where you can no longer ignore time, and you realise it's time doesn't care about you. Now you think, oh, and it accelerates. What have I done? What did that amount to? And who is that child? I'm its father. What? And that's what you're finding out. It's a kind of life-changing experience, really. So I hope people enjoy it, but I don't care if they don't, because unlike most of the films you make, we made this one sort of for ourselves, and I know it's okay to stand beside the other one, and they can talk to each other as well, and I like that. I love that.
Does that mean you're going to do another one of these in 20 years' time?
Well, I don't know.
Do you reckon these characters will be alive in 20 years' time?
Who knows? And I don't know whether I will be.
Can I get you to track back to the beginning of the making of Trainspotting 1 for a second? Ewan McGregor talks about an idea he had when he was getting ready for the film, that he actually wanted to try heroin. You and he were going to do it together. Do you remember him sort of pitching you on that approach?
Yeah, it's like method acting, you know, you kind of, actors you hold them responsible for being convincing. So yeah, why wouldn't you research heroin? And I think we had a long chat about it, and we thought it would be disrespectful to the people who had suffered from it. Because one of the things that's extraordinary about it, some people touch it once and their life is changed forever. And they never can escape it. Doesn't mean they're addicted to it, but it's always there hovering in the background. Other people can take it just like some people take ecstasy, just once in a lifetime, or, you know, a few times in a lifetime. And we always felt it would be disrespectful for those people who were damaged by it to dabble with it. And we had this group with us, this drug recovery group, who were there to tell us all you needed to know. What I learned was that if you die in hospital, you'll be self-administering morphine. And basically heroin's the same thing. It's cut with other shit, but basically it's the same thing. And street users use it to eradicate pain. That's really what it's for. It's not for the increase of pleasure necessarily. I think it's to take away an emotional burden.
You have one of the unusual distinctions of being one of the very few people in the world that has directed Her Majesty the Queen. after the
You guys are obsessed with this.
Yeah,
I thought you were moving on.
No, we're still obsessed with it.
Good evening, Mr. Bond.
So my understanding was that she'd been to the dentist that day. You were going to
that's
film
right.
her. What does that do to the mood of Her Majesty?
She was not in a good mood, she said. She claimed. Maybe that was just an actor saying, don't be too rough with me.
What was she expecting you to do?
What was she expecting? I don't know. But
Well, I don't know. If you invite the director of Trainspotting into the palace.
I know, it was weird, wasn't it? That the story was that we had this idea that we would fake the Queen, and obviously for this scenario, the James Bond scenario. So we sent it to the palace, assuming, out of courtesy, to say this is what we were going. And I remember writing a letter saying I will make sure that I pick a double who's very respectful, doesn't look silly. And then we got a message back saying we're not bothered about the double. The Queen would like to be in it herself. She would like to play herself. And we were like, I thought it was like someone was winding us up. I thought that's a wind up right there. Yeah. Anyway, it turned out it was true. And yes, so I went in to meet her on the day of filming, and she was in her private quarters and.
Which I assume looks just like this room.
No, it was a tip. It was a bit of a tip. It was kind of like like a human person's place. I mean, the room you meet her in is like this. It's prepared and manicured, but her room was full of tea trays and cups of tea and papers strewn about and everything like that. And then we got on the set, and I said, she said, "Shouldn't I say something?" I said,
"So you hadn't given her lines?" At
no,
this
there was
point.
no line. It was a kind of silent. She said, "I should say something. I mean, shouldn't I?" I said, "Well, what are you imagining?"
Did you improv with the Queen?
So she improvised, yeah.
Because she'd just done her Jubilee at that point, so she'd done something very formal. So do you think she was in the mood to do something fun?
I think that was her measurement, yeah, of why she did it. She also she has a team of people around her who are very close, I think. They've been with her a long time, and they all wanted a picture of Daniel Craig. They wanted a selfie.
That's how they started, right?
They wanted a selfie with Daniel Craig.
Just looking for a protector, God never reach out in time. There's love that is a savior, but that ain't
Very good.
If you could go back and do any project again, knowing what you know now, what would you do? Is there anything you wish you could tackle slightly differently?
Yeah. So we made a film that I really love called Millions, which is a kids' film. It's not a kids' film, but it's about two kids, two brothers.
Yeah.
In the conceptual stage, we talked about it being a musical and that the kids would sing.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, and I should have done that. It would be beautiful because that moment where your characters sing is the most difficult moment for any film to turn into a musical. Your justification for your characters singing. With children, it doesn't apply. Children just sing.
You should definitely do a musical.
Oh, I'd love to do a musical. Yeah, we have got an idea for a musical, which involves one of the other people we've been talking about in this interview. But
please be Daniel Craig. Danny Boyle, absolute pleasure talking to you.
Nice to talk to you as well.